What's up, PHP community? How everyone is doing today? Probably the best day in the year is coming today with PHP 8.5 being released today. Happy release, everyone. Joel, what's up? Puyapal, how you doing? Davey, GTS Mac, Adrian, nice to see you. Swiss Tourist, how you doing already with PHP exercises? How you doing? Nice to see you. Diabel, thank you so much for the streak for 3 months already. You are absolutely awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Axel, nice to see you. I hope everyone is excited today because today we have a mega special ultra live stream with 2 special guests. Plus, we are going to dive into the PHP source code. That's right. We are going to literally open the PHP source code and we're going to dive into all of it together. Brent, which is literally the guest today, is here on the chat as well. CVTML, how you doing? Cisco Dev, nice to see you. I'm very excited as well. Today will be a very special live stream, and I cannot wait to dive into all this stuff with you guys. Before further ado, let's introduce you to the first guest of the live stream, our very own Brent. How you doing, Brent? Nice to see you.
Hey, what's up, Nuno Nation? Is that the way to say it over here?
Yeah. You a natural, by the way. You a natural on this stuff. The echo is fixed, chat. The echo is fixed. Thank you for pointing that out. Immediately spotted. It is fixed already.
Awesome. You're a pro, Nuno. You're a pro. Hey, thanks for having me, Nuno. I'm glad to be here. I always enjoy talking about PHP. So,
dude,
it's kind of like my favorite topic to talk about. So
yeah,
here I am.
Yesterday I was telling that to my audience. I can speak about expert PHP stuff all night. You know, it's just a topic. It just doesn't finish for me. I love speaking about PHP. So I'm super glad to have you, man. And by the way, chat, for those who don't know, who is the mighty Brent, let me just introduce you. Brent is a longtime PHP developer. Many of you guys may know that he have worked at Spassy, but he's now a developer advocate at JetBrains. He helps shape the vision of PHP on the best editor in the world, but also Brent is super known by his educational content. I love his blog, by the way, okay, which I'm going to share with you guys. It's teacher.io, one of my favorite blogs for PHP content. Be sure to check that out and add that to your bookmarks. But he's also the creator of Tempest PHP, which we can talk a little bit about that also today. But most importantly, Brent, you are one of the most important voices in the modern PHP industry. So thank you for that. Everyone clapping for Brent, by the way, Chad.
Thank you, Nuno. Very kind words. I wouldn't say one of the most important ones, but it's my pet peeve topic.
I think there is people who do PHP, but there is also people who push PHP forward. And I think you are within that list. In the sense, if I were to go to your blog, I would see stuff about PHP 8.5. I would see stuff about generic. You know what I mean?
Oh, generics. Are we gonna dive into that rabbit hole, Nuno, or not?
We can briefly. I'm gonna note that already. Let me put here that real quick. Chat, today,
I see.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I see people using the pipe operator in chat already. That's great. They're already embracing it.
Oh, yeah. We can talk about the pipe operator too today. By the way, Chat, I want to start by acknowledging that today is the day where PHP 8.5 is going to be out. Now, Brent, I have a question to you. Do you actually know when officially PHP 8.5 is out? Is it out already? What do you think?
It was yesterday, right? Usually the tag happens a day before the official release announcement. But is that correct, or trick question there?
I think it's been, if we go here, we see that PHP 8.5
2 days
has been tagged. It doesn't mean it's out. Maybe it's a soft release. You know what I mean?
They tag it, well, apparently 2 days before, just to make sure that everything's fine. But yeah, what do you mean with out there? Of course, because we're still waiting, I think, for the Shiva Matter images to arrive, stuff like that. So
yeah, I would expect. Well, we can just say that officially will be out when the tweet is out. That is just my perspective, However, I do know that due to the complexity of PHP, we kind of have to wait for, all the Docker images to build, all the extensions to be ready, which they are not ready yet and probably won't be ready today. Have you tried already PHP 8.5 locally with any of your projects?
Yeah, a little bit, but this was months ago, actually. I was playing around with clone width, which is also a new feature. I was looking into the pipe operator, so it was a very beta build. I usually also go to eval.org, just if I want to try. When they branch for 8.5, that usually happens. I don't know when it's feature freeze or something like that, and then they go to a separate branch, and it's not on eval. So I have no idea, but I was playing on master, and all 8.5 features are in there as well. So
Okay. I can say though for a fact, just like here on the chat, people are saying, the Binary Kitchen is saying that the release page is up. So I was actually able to do that. Audio gone. What do you mean? What the heck? No sound? What do you mean? We are back? What the? Come on, Streamlabs. Do not fail to me today. Missing audio. Okay, we have to wait a little bit here. No audio. Bye-bye audio. What the fuck? What do you mean? YouTube, are you guys okay? Twitch, come on, chat. Say something. We missed the audio? Like, I'm literally speaking at the minute. The fuck? We can hear you. So YouTube can hear me.
Unwrap audio.
Audio on YouTube is okay. It works on YouTube. Unwrap audio. Are you familiar with an unwrap story of Cloudflare?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, YouTube is okay. How about which? Audio was removed following the PHP 8.5 release. YouTube works here, no audio. What the fuck? Well, anyways, everyone's switching for YouTube at the moment. Okay, chat? Here is the link. Oh, it is back. Audio is back. All right. Maybe I've made a glitch of Streamlabs. By the way, Brent, if you ever go into the rabbit hole of streaming, don't use Streamlabs. It is literally broken every single stream I do. That is awesome.
I use OBS, and I'm okay with that. And for PHP verse last year, we used some kind of like super fancy streaming software
Uh-huh.
with like uh, I don't remember the name, but it was like the professional kind of
Yeah.
streaming grading, and that was really nice. So yeah, I won't go with Streamlabs.
Anyways, everyone is listening to me right now. In the chat, people are saying that the new PHP release page is out.
Hey, there it is.
Here it is. I was able to find it, but I had to kind of hack the URL to be able to
Mm.
see it. You know, so I want to ask you your opinion about what do you think about this design, by the way?
Like my opinion or your chat's opinion?
Your opinion.
I had another personal favorite, but this is fine, and they still meshed some designs together. So yeah, it's good. I would really just want the whole PHP website to get an
I
upgrade
know.
because like everything's feels a little bit disconnected now. There's
Yeah.
this release page, and there's the 8.4. Maybe you can show that as well. It looks it's still
Yeah.
the old
Well, you
design,
don't
right?
have to go far. Like you just basically click
Yeah,
here, and immediately the
exactly.
colors
Yeah,
of the buttons are
yeah.
different.
So, but baby steps. Maybe this is just something that's just so characteristic of PHP itself that we have to take small steps at a time, and that's just how PHP evolves over time. I'm not sure if that's necessarily the best thing, but it seems to work. When I'm thinking about the pipe operator, for example, that's coming in well, that's now here. You know, there are some side notes to make, and chances are that it will get some improvements in PHP 8.6 so that it's more easy to work with, specifically partial function application. We can talk about that in a second, but yeah, I just I think this release page is very characteristic of just PHP as a project as in a whole. It's nice. It's nice. I just
Yeah.
wish for some consistency.
I think the design should have been delivered to pros. Okay, so I think the PHP Foundation should just make a raise of money and just ask for $1,000 to every single company using PHP. They will raise like potentially 30K, and then they deliver the design to an experts on the topic, which can just design the entire thing. That's it.
Yeah, the problem there is that like making a design is probably the easy step, but upgrading the website. Have you ever looked into the source code
I
of
have
the
heard
PHP
stories
website?
about that. Yes.
And it makes sense, right? The thing is what more than 30 years old. Well, not a website, but it's decades old. So, and this is just what happens to software projects over time.
Yeah.
You keep building on top of it and trying to start from a clean slate and just properly fix stuff is it's not a nice thing to do. It's usually
Yeah.
very boring, and it takes so much time.
I like to say that legacy means successful projects, in the sense
Yeah,
that
no, yeah,
every single successful project has legacy or is
true.
legacy behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Because what is considered modern these days was just not available back in the days.
true.
So, regardless, I like the design. I wish Nuno Guerra has been a little bit more himself, a little bit more creative, kind of not being stuck with some of the roots of PHP, but I do understand
Right.
why the PHP Foundation wanted that. Regardless, I think he did a great job. I'm happy that he have done it. And, so yeah, for those who don't know, PHP 8.5 have a new release page, which is not out yet, so keep it secret. Chat, this is literally top secret information, this website I'm about to share with you. So be mindful about that. People on the chat saying that why PHP 8.3 is at all the way top, which is right here. It's indeed a little bit confusing. It might be there because this page is not out yet. It's literally the top secret link we got access to. People hate
No, it's
this.
actually it just shows the latest release, and they are still like 8.3 is still an active release. So that's just the thing that got released.
Oh,
most
it's like the
recently.
latest tag, basically. Gotcha. The
Yeah,
latest tag
exactly.
on GitHub might be that. Yeah. What else we have here? PHP design should look like past PHP design. Oh, that would be maybe too much, Chad. Imagine like a pink stuff like this all over the place. So this was Nuno Guerra, by the way, as well. Which I think is just he did this fucking thing in 48 hours, dude. That's incredible.
Nice.
Like the
Yeah.
entire thing, which I'm very happy about. Chat, let's dive into some of the new features in PHP 8.5. And for that, I'm going to open this very special blog, which you may know is from Brent here, the guest today. And he has this blog which he talks about PHP in general. And I'm a regular user of this blog because I just like to keep myself up to date on the new PHP news on this website. I think your writing, Brent, by the way, is pretty cool. Kind of easy to read. You can see that it just doesn't use AI. There is not a lot of on AI, there's a lot of crap, and you can see that it doesn't use that, which is pretty cool.
Thank you. I was just, when you opened it, I was just thinking maybe I need a proper designer as well for my blog. But hey, it is what it is. And for me, it's mostly about the content. So if that's readable, then I'm happy with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Shad, what we're about to do is that we are going to dive into every single piece of change in PHP 8.5. So if you guys love expert content, this live stream is for you, okay? This live stream is for you. And by the way, Chat, I just noticed that we have literally almost 100 people on YouTube, but only 30 likes. Unacceptable, YouTube. Go all the way down and click like on this video so we can best the best PHP 8.5 ever, okay? YouTube chat, come on, go all the way down, click like on this video, and subscribe my channel in the process, because why not? And Twitch people, do the same thing as well. Today, we are streaming... Roman wants to join my call. It's just way too early for you, Roman. You're supposed to join after the Brent, okay? Anyways, today we're streaming as well for Kik, TikTok, and Twitter. Let's say thanks to our sponsors who make this possible. Of course, laracast.com, the best place to learn PHP modern Laravel development. I don't know about you, Brent. I have learned everything I know from Laracast. Are you also a Laracast user?
Oh, for sure. I actually learned to use PHP Storm thanks to Laracast.
You see?
I went from Sublime to PHP Storm. I installed PHP Storm because a colleague told me to. And then they were like, well, I tried it out and it was too complex. And then I just let it sit there for a year. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a proper try, watch Jeffrey's course. And after that, just things clicked. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I also have learned Laravel and PHP from Laracast, and now I'm working for Laravel. You have learned PHP Storm from Laracast. You're working for PHP Storm. That's hilarious, chat. So if you guys want to learn PHP modern development, go to laracast.com. Code Rabbit AI, one of the best softwares doing pull request reviews through AI. I love them. I'm using them already. Check them out. And of course, Devin AI. If you want to have a task that you want to just assign to AI and get it done, Devin AI is just perfect for that. Redberry International, one of the best digital agencies for Laravel and Vue development. Native PHP, which we can talk a little bit about, chat. Native PHP is literally the best way of using PHP for mobile apps. Have you done it already, Brent?
No, not yet. But I just had a call with them a couple of, a week or two ago. It's interesting. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I love that they are doing this, and I cannot wait to do a full app on it. So, and of course, guess what? JetBrains PHP Storm, the best editor for PHP development. It still is, and I think it will continue to be for the next coming years. It's very hard to have the same level of experience using PHP on any other editor. And people can come up with they can say whatever they want. PHP Storm for PHP is just the GOAT, and it will continue to be. And that's it for sponsors. Thank you so much for our sponsors today. Oh, I have a question for you, Brent. Did you finally move Stitcher.io to Tempest PHP?
Yes, I did. A month ago. That's why it's a bit of a redesign now. But yeah, I basically rebuilt it from scratch. So yeah, it was a nice project.
So this is already running on Tempest PHP?
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, for those who don't know, Tempest PHP is a new PHP framework developed by Brent. If you want to check it out, go to tempestphp.com. Did I got the website right?
Yeah. Very nice.
That was guessing. That was guessing, by the way. All right, chat. Let's start with talking a little bit the pipe operator.
Yes.
Brent, and I do have a question for you, okay? And I want you to be truly honest with me, okay? Truly honest, Brent, right here. Which one of these two examples you have on this blog article do you find more clear?
None.
None. Okay, that's an interesting answer.
Yeah.
Chat, by the way, while Brent is answering, I want you guys to answer the same thing, chat. Okay? Which one of these examples, the before or the after? Brent, go ahead.
Yeah. See, I really like the idea of the pipe operator, but
Mm-hmm.
having to use those short closures. The thing with the pipe operator is that um, it takes a closure that requires exactly one argument, right? And so if you want
Correct.
to pass the input through your pipes, and if you want to pass it to a function that takes more arguments, so that needs additional input, like for example, string replace over there,
Mm-hmm.
you need to like wrap it in a short closure so that you can actually uh, call the function you really want to call in that short closure, but that
Right.
short closure only has one parameter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, and this happened after the RFC got accepted, but do you notice those brackets there before the FN? Like you,
Oh, you mean
yeah,
the?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
have to use this?
You have they are required for short closures, and here's why: because
No
everything that comes
way.
after, everything that comes after the the fat arrow of the short closure, PHP will keep parsing it as the body of the short closure until it encounters a semicolon. And apparently they had no way around that, so they required
So if I were to do this, this will just work, I assume. Yep. But if I remove this,
mhm, mhm,
oh no.
mhm. Yeah, and so that's really unfortunate. But the good news is that like all of this will be a non-issue probably in PHP 8.6 because
Mm.
Larry and Arno are working on I think the second or the third iteration for partial function application. And just for the sake of an example, this won't work, but remove the fn until up until the string replace call. So just keep the string replace call over
Like
there,
this?
yeah,
Okay.
like this. And then but you don't have the string here, but replace it with a question mark.
Oh, that
And
would be
that's
nice now, though.
yes, that's partial function application. So you create a closure
Mm-hmm.
with some arguments filled in and some not,
Mm-hmm.
and so you can basically create a closure that only needs one argument
Uh-huh.
on the fly. Um, and yeah,
So this
that's
will
gonna
be PHP 8.6 basically.
hopefully if the RFC passes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, this
So
is way more cleaner though, I think, you know?
yes, yes. You would still have to remove the last bracket there on line 18. Yeah. Um, so this would be really nice. I think this is truly usable, and I would use it like a lot.
Oh, I would be able to use the question mark here too, no?
Yeah, exactly. But because trim and string to lower are closures that already only take one parameter, so you could
Uh-huh.
use the spread the first class callable syntax there to create a reference to it.
Hey, you
Um,
see, chat,
so
Brent, by the way, everyone in the chat is saying now that this new version is just,
yeah,
it's effectively more cleaner than the previous one in
yeah.
the before, actually. Because if I
And,
were to copy this right now,
yeah.
and if I were to compare it,
Mm-hmm,
like with this
mm-hmm.
version below, I actually think
Yeah.
this one is cleaner, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm in agreement there, and it's just yeah. I don't know. It's unfortunate. I get how these things go, and why we end up in places basically
Uh-huh.
compromises, making compromises. I understand that. At the same time, I'm like, oh, I just wish were already there. And the sad
Okay,
part
yeah.
is that when the pipe operator was first proposed, it actually included partial function. I could write right.
How do you call
Uh,
this, by the way? You said partial
Partial function application, PFA,
functional application.
no, function application.
Sorry. Here we go.
No, no problem.
Oop.
So this was included in the first version of the pipe
Mm-hmm.
operator RFC, but then it got too complex and there were too many edge cases, and I think it was a wise move by Larry to get rid of it so
Mm-hmm.
that he could make an RFC that could actually pass and then build on top of that. Because now we have something here.
Yeah.
Now we have an argument like this is in the language. Let's build on top of that and
Yeah.
make it even better. You know.
It might be a good
So
it might be a good thing, man. Like honestly, they are just taking baby steps as you say, and they are just
yeah.
it's like, you know, it's think of it like types, you know. We got types slowly but surely, and now we're getting
Mm,
into a point where we are, you know, getting happier about them. We're still not in the way, you know, that we really want to, because we want
mm,
generics and we want more type safety and XYZ. But maybe, you know, but we have our something already, and we can walk through towards it, you know?
Yeah, and with or without partial function application, we can still build awesome stuff with PHP, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
uh, and the same goes for types actually. So it's okay. I just wish things moved a little bit faster some
Yeah.
days. Maybe it would also be nicer if PHP moved to a more not a yearly release cycle, but just release whenever a feature is ready. May and I do you know any projects that do that are successful on a large scale, Nuno? I don't know, like a release every week. Do you happen to know one of these
um,
open source projects?
Well, I don't. I think open source projects, especially when they are used at this scale, they tend to have very large release cycles. Let's think, for example, about Vue.js, for example. The releases are very rare. It's like every 4 years at the minute. React, for example, is every 2, 3 years at the minute. Laravel is every year. PHP is every year as well, because there is a lot of stuff to maintain. But there is a lot of baggage to maintain as
I was
well.
actually thinking about Laravel as an example that does this much better because okay, there is one major release every year, sure,
Oh
but
yeah.
like new features get added in minor releases, right? With PHP that doesn't really happen. It's just bug fixes and performance improvements
Yeah.
during the year, and then everything like let's say the partial function application RFC gets accepted next month. Why do we have to wait another year?
I feel
That
you.
kind of
I
yeah.
feel you. That's a question I can make to Roman, because Roman is literally coming and joining the live stream after you, and I will have here. Do you consider a different release schedule? And we can talk about that. Chat. By the way, we are going to have the directive executive superstar of PHP after Brent here on the live stream. Call it Roman. He have been here already once, and he's joining again the live stream today. And we are going to talk about many things, including how can we improve the release cycle of PHP so we get features a little bit earlier than we're having to wait another year. Chat, by the way, we have more than 100 people watching the stream on YouTube. Come on, YouTube people, go all the way down. For those who don't know me, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer. Today is a very special day for people like me. PHP 8.5 is coming out, and we have a very special guest, Brent from the JetBrains team. He worked at Spassy, that company who does 1,000 PHP packages, but also works at JetBrains doing things like PHP Storm, and he also the creator of Tempest PHP. We are going to dive into every single feature of PHP 8.5, which is coming out today. If you're enjoying this live stream, go all the way down and put like on this video if you can. When we have a NunoConf, I have literally no idea, dude.
Well, maybe I can take this question as a segue, Nuno, into something.
Go ahead. I'm gonna make you
So
bigger, dude. I'm gonna make you bigger.
Yeah.
1 second.
Okay, do
Here we
do
go.
that.
All right, special
Uh,
announcement coming. Go ahead.
So half a year ago, we did PHP Verse, which was a really cool online free conference to celebrate PHP's birthday. And well, I'm happy to announce that we're gonna do another version next year in probably around June, July. It will depend on also Nuno's schedule because it won't be NunoConf, but Nuno will be my co-host. Hopefully, if schedules work out, but I think they will. So Nuno and I will be hosting PHP First next year.
Let's go! PHP Verse coming next year in the date to be determined with special hosts like Brent and Nuno, and it will be one of the best events ever. Last year was already super awesome, so I cannot wait for PHP Verse in Amsterdam. I will be there physically. I think that was the plan, right? Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah, you have to be there physically.
I will be there physically, and we are going to live stream the entire thing with very special talks and guests. It will be a super special day for the PHP world, and every single one of you will be there too. Okay, will be there too. So PHP Verse next year. Now, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was. You want to go through the whole change log here? there is some more things to talk about.
Oh, I know. But I'm happy about this one, by the way. This is news for me, by the way. This one is it's news for me, and I'm happy about this. We have a bunch of changelog to go through. All right. Clone with.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't see the value of this one. I'm going to tell you why I don't see the value, and then I'm going to let you convince me why this is so useful, okay? So I'm going to copy your example, and I'm going to just put your example here. I'm going to tell you how I would do this. I would do
Hmm.
this in the following way. New self,
Yeah.
bam, that's it. This will
Yeah.
be the,
Description.
yeah, this would be something like, I'm going to just do a description.
Yeah,
Description.
yeah, 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 yeah. And then
This
this
is,
title.
yeah, this is how I would do this, by the way. Okay. So
Yeah.
pitch me the
So
clone thing.
okay, okay. I'm totally with you there. This
Okay.
is an object with two parameters. Let's say I really like to use data objects,
Okay.
just objects that represent data in a typed way. Imagine 50 parameters in one of these objects. I'm exaggerating here, but 10 isn't unusual. Having to write all of that, and for like every with method, by the way, for every
Oh,
property
okay.
repeated,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it doesn't really scale. There are ways to already do it, but the thing with clone, this being built in, just means that uh, it's a little more concise and there's auto completion support basically. So I like that.
Oh, interesting. So you mean that in PHP Storm there will be nice auto completion on this stuff?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, that is already. Well, I don't know if that was GitHub Copilot or PHP Storm, but I feel it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Chat, by the way, do you prefer the before or the after? Write on the chat before or after so we can know. Brent, I understand your point of
Yeah.
view. And I understand why multiple arguments may not scale, especially when you have multiple widths, multiple properties.
Yeah.
And I understand the value of clone here.
So there are a couple of side notes to make. The first one is the syntax. I don't particularly like it with the array, but okay, I'll
How would you see it though?
named parameters instead of the which
Oh.
wasn't well, it wasn't possible because what if you pass a named parameter that has the same name as the parameter for this? I don't know what this parameter is called, but there would be a collision there. Object. What if you had a property with this name? But there would have been solutions to that, I feel. Yeah, I would have preferred named parameters, but okay. What even something else is if we would just have clone this and then with and then some kind of curly brackets or something. No, not with, but just clone with as a keyword.
Oh, gotcha.
But that would have been too much of an exotic syntax for PHP, I reckon. So I'm fine with this. My only real problem with it is, well, my use case, the reason I wanted clone with, and this might not be representative for all PHP developers out there, but I have a lot of data objects, like I said, and they are usually read-only. And I usually, when I want to clone them, it's from outside. So you're familiar with the action pattern, right? So what I usually do is I have action classes and I have my data coming in from these data objects. And sometimes I need to make changes to these data objects, but I want to do it in an immutable way so that the original object is never changed and you don't run into unforeseen side effects. And if you, for me, it's a very common use case, but people keep shouting at me that I'm making too big a deal out of it. But
No,
okay.
I think like if you're using data objects, that's the way to go. That's it.
So public read-only properties, right? And the issue is that clone with doesn't work with public read-only properties. Actually, we can write a very quick example here.
Wait, what? You saying that?
Well, hang on.
Okay,
Relax.
okay.
It works, but it needs a little bit. So remove the whole width thingy. Just the whole method over here. We have just add one. Just have title. Just very simple. Only title property. Make a new instance. So book. New book, and you pass it in a title. You can choose. Yep. And then you make a clone of it. So book B or something, other book or clone book or second book, yeah, is clone book. And
Oh,
then you pass.
interesting. I thought it would be like this. Oh, it is.
No. So that changed. Yeah. So add the brackets again there, and then you add the array with the title in it.
So here I would just do title. PHP annotated.
Yeah. Okay. And now you, just to verify that this works, just dump or echo the second book here. Okay, let's run this code over here.
Yeah, it's working.
So okay, that changed. Maybe you should also dump the first book just so that we know that
It doesn't
these are two
change the
objects.
original value. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
all good.
So okay, now make book read only the class itself or the property you can choose, but just yeah. Okay, now run the code again.
So I thought that was
So
the goal, basically.
yeah, well, no. So I'll tell you what to do, and then I'll explain why this happens.
Okay.
You have public string over here, right? Public, and then a space, and then you write public set public with the asymmetric visibility syntax. So write
Oh,
public
I have
again,
never used that, but I assume
set.
it's something
Okay.
like it's like this.
Okay. Yeah, it's like this, and this is a bug in PHP Storm, by the way. It shouldn't be
Okay.
color gray, but run the script again. Okay, now it works. And so, okay, here's the thing. Read-only properties were, when they were added in PHP, they had no write access from the outside by default. When you have a public property in PHP, it usually gets public write access. If you don't specify a word for read only, it was set to private. When asymmetric visibility was added in 8.4, they had to choose on a default, and instead of let me actually correct myself. It was, yeah, no, it was private. No, I was right. So with the addition of asymmetric visibility, they defaulted this value only for read-only properties to a protected set. So from within the class, you can clone and change the data without setting this public set.
So if I were to do this, this will cause an exception, I assume. Like if I were to do this. Come on, please throw an exception.
Yeah,
oh,
but
thank God.
That's because it's a read-only property, right?
Yeah, but for a second I thought, okay, well, if it's read-only, but we have this, then it will work. Okay, thank God it doesn't.
No. So this is just about the visibility from where you can set. And so if you clone from outside the object, you need to specify this explicit public set over here, and that just to me, at least for me, it completely destroys all the usefulness.
Yeah, this is a no good, huh? I can tell you that already. No good, huh?
So, but people are telling me that I'm making too big a deal out of it because clone width is used. It was originally designed with PSR in mind, with these PSR 7, I think, with these width methods, HTTP request and response, where you have these width methods, and these methods are on the class itself, so they have private access, they have protected access. That's fine, but it's just not the way I write PHP anymore, and I'm not sure if I'm the only one. Apparently,
No.
agreeing here.
I think people on the chat are saying just the word weird.
So now imagine a real data object. Now imagine 20 data objects, which isn't all that much in real applications, and each of those objects having maybe 5 or 10 or sometimes 20 properties. Imagine having to write this for every single property.
I see. Brent, I see this being fixed on PHP 8.6, by the way.
No, I don't think so. I talked to both. I talked to Larry, who made the asymmetric visibility RFC. He doesn't think it will be changed. I talked to Tim, who made the clone with RFC. He doesn't want to change it either. So I think we're really stuck with this, and it's really unfortunate.
Yeah. By the way, chat, what we are doing today is just being critical about the things being added. And this is good. This is how the language evolves. This is how people get feedback. And this is how things get better. There's a lot of good things on PHP 8.5, but there's also a lot of things that can be a little bit better. That being said, chat, thank you so much for being on that side. CodeBert, how you doing today? Nice to see you. Binary Kitchen, nice to see you as well. Someone is saying that 10 arguments is already a code smell, in my opinion. I don't think it is a code smell. For example, on data objects, which is the use case from Brent, there is often 10 attributes. Like, for example, imagine a data object with a name person. A person may have a name, an age, a place, a country, a language. Like you can just will be so much stuff. You know what I mean?
It's a very different style of programming that what some people are used to. But just being able to represent any kind of data in a structured and typed way is just something that speeds up your development. With so much. So yeah. I think it's still a very nice RFC. I think this is super useful, just not for my use case. And I'm curious to learn, and time will tell how useful it will be to others. So if you just add your width methods on your class, then it will all work fine. But remember, you have to do that for every property.
Yeah, it would
Right?
be just too, especially with 10, would just be so verbose. So verbose.
Yeah.
With types and everything will just be too much. That being said, I'm happy about this feature. Indeed, there is room for improvement here. And Defnul, thank you so much for the tier 1, 3 months already. Appreciate your support. Everyone is super excited about PHP 8.5. We are excited as well. Jumping now to a new feature set. So we already walked through the pipe operator. We walked through the clone width. Let's now dive into the no discard. Okay.
I almost don't like. I don't want to come across as too negative or pessimistic here, but I'm seeing this one. I'm like, oh, did I add that one next in the list? Maybe we should scroll for a little bit more and come back to no discard in a second, just to have some.
Okay.
This is really cool. This is such a cool feature closure improvements.
Actually,
this is.
Yeah, this is my favorite, by the way. This is my favorite. I didn't ask you because I forgot, but this is my favorite PHP 8.5 feature. I think this thing will be so used, man. I can see Gates, on Laravel using this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
There is so many use cases for this.
Just for people in chat who don't know what this is about, but you could read it on the screen, of course. But you'll be able to add some closures in attributes. That wasn't possible before. There are some limitations there. They have to be static, which means they cannot be.
Makes sense.
They don't. Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes
because
sense.
they don't live within the context of a class, right? And they cannot be short closures either, because short closures, they have auto capture from the upper scope, and there is no concept of scope when you are passing them.
Are you sure? Because you can make a short closure static. You can literally just do this.
You go. Try it out.
You don't think it will work? Like if I do this? Oh, it may not work because I don't have this attribute. Well, let's see if it compiles. It's already complaining because of this.
And a semicolon there.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. My bad. Interesting.
And so the reason why is because you cannot, when you use long closures, right? You cannot have the use statement. You cannot pull variables from the outside scope because there is no outside scope.
Yeah, I think they should
within the
just.
context of an
I think they
attribute.
should just ignore that. Like.
That was my feeling as well. But no, let's focus on the good things here. This is a great feature. So you will have to add static. You will have to use long closures. But still, it's so great. It will be awesome.
Everyone clapping for the PHP Foundation internal team for this feature, because I can guarantee you that this stuff will be used hardcore on Laravel, and I assume on Tempest PHP as well.
Yeah. We're already having the issue. Like for Laravel, I wonder, you are still supporting PHP 8.3 now? I think
we are. However, we do have attributes which are being used in various places, and nothing prevents us for having attributes that support closures. However, you need to use PHP 8.5 to be able to leverage functions on those closures.
Okay, that's how Laravel handles that. Yeah, that would be totally fine. I think that would work out. Yeah.
I can see us so much using, authorization on this stuff, and just being able to
validation, authorization, like these small things. We need to be careful that we don't go overboard and start just programming everything with attributes. There is a danger there, but it will be fine. I think this is such a nice feature.
It is a nice feature, probably my favorite feature. By the way, for those of you who are on the chat, tell me if this is your favorite feature by writing just yes. For me, it is. At the beginning, I thought it was the pipe operator, but after actually just diving a little bit more into the pipe operator, I literally understood that, well, it is good, but maybe not that as good as closer improvements. And I can see a lot of frameworks using this, including testing. And I think it will be just awesome.
Yeah. Data providers for testing, for example, could also be modeled with these kinds of closures. So really cool. The next one is also really cool. This is like the most simple change, but finally we have backtraces for fatal errors. Do you remember when you have like an infinite loop and just the script says timed out?
It would just happen all the time. Yes.
Yeah. Then you have to enable Xdebug, or you have to figure it out yourself, because Xdebug actually adds these traces. But now it's just built in. You will know where your recursive function is. There are other fatal errors, of course, but this is like the most common example.
Yeah, I think one use case of this situation was if we had an exception within the own exception handler of Laravel. What was happening is that we were calling the exception handler to report the exception, but then while reporting the exception, that would throw another exception. So we would constantly be on this recursive mode, and you wouldn't actually have any feedback. Now that's fixed on PHP 8.5 with backtraces supporting recursive errors, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, more than recursive errors. There are more fatal errors, but recursive ones are probably the most common. So really nice.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh my God, I have something to show you, Brent. I have something to show you, and I don't think you're ready. Okay.
Oh no.
Array first and array last is coming for PHP 8.5. However, that is something I want to show you, and I want to, without having the chat spoiling, because you guys saw this yesterday, but without having the chat spoiling you guys, I want to show you a use case, and I want to ask you, what do you think will happen, okay? Okay, so we have YouTubers, which is Nuno and Brent, okay?
Yeah.
Is it Brent with a D? I never know.
Something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's
All
fine.
right, here we go. So what is the result? I'm going to dump the result like that.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to just say result equals to array first.
Yes.
With YouTubers. Okay. So here is obvious. I will be the result of this. Okay.
Yes.
So Brent, what is the result of this?
It will be, this will not be an error. I think it will be null, but if you used the previous approach with array key first, it will be, it would throw an error.
Okay, that's your take. Chat, what is your take, by the way? Chat, write on the chat, what is your take on this one? So you think that if I were to just have here value, value.
Maybe it will throw actually.
Maybe, let's see. Array key first. Let's do the same thing with the keys.
Array key first, that gives an empty string, which doesn't make any sense.
Okay. So people are saying null, and someone is saying, I hope it's null. Okay, I'm going to tell you my opinion first. I think this should throw an exception in both cases. Okay? If I'm trying to access to a value that does not exist, I should have an exception because the value does not exist. And at the minute, we are going to have null in both cases.
Is it null? Oh, yeah, the array key first is null. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, I was partially right. Yeah.
You know.
So and a good way to illustrate why this isn't really good is just add null as the first argument in your array.
That was my thinking. Like, how about now? Now we do have an array with stuff.
And you cannot differentiate between these two.
The key, yeah, but the value you cannot.
Yeah, okay. But let's assume we don't use array key value. Array
now you don't
key
know.
First
like, you know what I mean?
Now you don't know. Is the array empty or is it just the first element is null?
And for me, that's a
problem.
Yeah,
this is yeah, and this is the problem with null. We yeah. Not going into that rabbit hole, but yeah.
Code with Bert is saying, no, this is just wrong. Yeah, it is wrong. I think this should have thrown an exception, period. Because if I'm getting the first array value and it's not there, I should have an exception. Okay.
And so with these kinds of functions, I don't really know how I feel about them now being added in PHP because we have like great userland implementations, collections, the Laravel implementation. There's a Doctrine implementation as well. It feels a bit too late, honestly. And if you want to reliably use array first, you'll actually have to add another check there up front if it's empty or not. And so you end up wrapping array first in another helper function because you want to make sure that it's empty or not, and you don't end up in these kinds of weird situations.
Right.
And so you just end up again with a collection.
Yeah. If I were to do this will give me a warning. Oops. If I were to remove this, yeah. It will give me a warning. This I would also want this to throw an exception. By the way, I don't think this should be a warning. This should be an exception. Period. Because I'm trying to access a value that does not exist.
Just
period.
Imagine how many code bases will break.
Oh yeah, absolutely. On that I do agree. But I think it should just be the default behavior of this stuff because it's new.
Yeah.
Check if the array is empty first. Well, no shit. But that's what I was trying to avoid. Who are we parsing? Brent, what do you think about this one? I was fuming when I saw this one because of a specific reason. What do you think about this?
I I
What
feel
is
like it's a
that?
trick question now. Uh, it's so the previous way we parsed URLs
Uh-huh.
was buggy, and there were
Okay.
some edge cases that didn't work correctly, where the
Okay.
ports, for example, were not included in the right way and stuff like that. So
Uh-huh.
I guess this makes sense in a way if you happen to, like, let's say you're writing a crawler or something,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to parse a lot of URIs,
Mm-hmm.
then why not have it implemented properly in C, in PHP's core, rather
Mm-hmm.
than just having to implement it in PHP itself, lots of string operations. This will, especially in context of crawlers, will speed up your process significantly, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
If you need, like, if you're running into the subtle bugs that were there before. But what were you fuming about, Nuno? Tell me.
Get ready. By the way,
Yeah.
chat, we love PHP and we love what PHP internal team is doing about because we are being so critical. And I'm thinking like people must be like, fuck, these people don't like PHP. We love PHP, you know. It's just we love it so much that we want the
Yeah.
PHP to just be the
We're very
best of
passionate
itself.
about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have 150 people on YouTube. Come on, YouTube people. Go all the way down. Click like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more PHP stuff. Okay, do that. So I'm going to tell you why I was fuming. Okay. I was fuming because if I want to grab the errors of the given parse, I have to pass errors as
Oh, is that okay?
reference. You
Which
know,
is,
and I was hoping this to be something a little bit different, a little bit more functional, or a little bit more,
yeah, okay.
immutable. And I wanted to basically be here and just be, like validate or whatever, a la
Yeah.
Laravel, and this would give me just a list of errors that this given thing may have. And at the minute, I need to just do it the old way, which is create an array, and then I'm going to provide that array by reference, and then I have like the array populated with errors. And for me, this doesn't feel right.
I don't know why I didn't look too much into the URI stuff.
Yeah.
So there's probably a reason for it, and the reason probably comes down to we had to make a lot of compromise in order to get this thing to work. That's like usually what happens. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel the same kind of emotions as
Yeah.
you do. But I also feel like I don't want to be too negative about PHP at the moment because I think it's a really nice language, and I wouldn't want to change PHP for any other language in the world.
Oh, absolutely.
By the way,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
it's yeah, we're
But
passionate about
this
it.
feature is good. So we're happy about having this on the PHP land because now library authors can now rely on one single standard library system to validate the URIs. Going a little bit down because we have 7 minutes more of you.
Yes.
We now have delayed target validation.
Yeah,
Dude, I
this is-
literally saw this yesterday. This is new for me.
It's a pretty niche thing actually. It's a way to allow future attributes to be added in PHP without running into too many edge cases. I don't. You should probably click the read concrete example link over there.
Here we go.
And let's imagine, because that's not the case right now, but let's imagine we can add override and on constants and properties. That's just an imaginary case proposed by the RFC. If you were to write that today, you would get a compile time error because some attributes in PHP are actually validated at compile time. Like not their target is validated at compile time. And by adding this attribute, you could delay that target validation. So it doesn't happen at compile time, but only when you retrieve the attribute. And that way you could have a package that adds override on constants and properties while still supporting older versions that don't actually support this, because they have this flag set over here that says like, okay, delay target validation. But it of course only works as of PHP 8.5. So this is a feature that might become a little bit useful
in the
in
future.
the future.
Yeah, it's still fun because attributes can be added to previous PHP versions without actually causing an
Yeah,
exception.
exactly. So that's why this is needed and helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, diving a little bit into the smaller changes.
Well, actually, let's scroll up because we skipped over the no discard.
Oh, we did. We did skip the no discard. Before you talk about this, let me tell you that
Yeah.
I actually like this feature, and I do have a use case where this feature would be helpful. Imagine that you have something that creates a new resource, okay? And this resource is like something that absolutely needs to be closed or be, you know what I mean? This kind of deal. There happens a bunch of Python. I don't know about in PHP if you have a bunch of this, but that's the usage of no discard for me, not a string. So I don't know why all the examples are using strings, but if I were to have like a database resource that absolutely needs to be closed or whatever, this is a use case for me. What do you think?
Yeah, no, that is actually the use case. I should have updated the blog post to better reflect that, to be honest. And I think it's a really great feature. And there is also the void cost to indicate that to basically overwrite this no discard check. If you scroll a little bit down over here.
To suppress the warning.
To suppress the warning, which okay, interesting. Makes sense, and it's good that they added this as a so you should get the error now, right?
And now I do void, right?
If you do void, then the error is suppressed. So and it's good that there's a way out of here, right? My problem with it is very simple. This is another runtime check that should be a static check, and this. So the same happens with the override attributes that we got, I think, in PHP 8.3. These are good features, but they are features that serve static analysis, and it's a sign that PHP is just lacking something, and not necessarily a built-in static analyzer, but the mindset of not everything has to be done at runtime. We're not 20 years ago anymore. I think a lot of possibility would open up for PHP if we could just add these things and just say, and you will need to use a static analyzer to be able to use it.
Wasn't that what Python did, I think?
Because
Python added
the disable type system.
No, excuse me, not Python. I think it's Ruby or Python that have added types, but they are not evaluated at runtime.
Yeah, that's Python. Yeah.
Yeah.
But these aren't even types; these are attributes. But they are good features. It's just unfortunate that they have to be checked at runtime because whenever your PHP code is running, something in PHP core is checking now whether this attribute is here and whether an error should be thrown or a warning should be emitted. You know that's to me that's just unfortunate. I hope that 5 years or maybe 10 years from now, that we might have moved on from this, that we could still have these attributes, but just have them check at runtime. And that PHP would just, suggest use this static analyzer. There are a couple good ones out there. Just use one. PHP core doesn't have to reinvent them. Build a new static analyzer from scratch. I mean, PHP Stan is there, Psalm is there. Yeah. So there are. So that's my feeling about it.
Brent, you have 2 more minutes with me, so I want to be respectful of your time. One last question. What do you think about multi-line short closures?
Yes.
Chat, what do you think about multi-line short closures? Do we need to do some sort of something to have the PHP internal team implementing this? This is the most top wanted features on PHP. So I don't know. We are going to have Roman in a second. Maybe I can just pitch him about this.
It's not. I don't think it's going to happen, Nuno. But
why? There is no reason. Yeah. Real one, at least.
I know. I feel you. Let's have those. But
Brent, I want everyone clapping for Brent for having the ability to come here today. Everyone clapping for Brent. Brent, thank you so much for coming, dude. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's really nice. I just want to end up with a very positive thought. PHP
Go ahead,
is
man.
in a really good place, and the fact that we can kind of give critique on small details like these and these kinds of features just means that PHP is in a good place. right? We don't have anything else to give our critiques about. So, I mean, it's really good. I'm really happy with it. I think the foundation and internals are doing great work. I think there is lots of room for improvement still as well, also with the process of how PHP is designed and evolved. But we are getting places, and people are building great stuff with PHP today. And I think that's what matters.
Here we go. Let's end with this high note from Brent. Brent, thank you so much. This was the very first part of the live stream. We are going to have a second guest now. Brent, I'm going to close the call here. Thank you so much for joining me today, dude. Catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Baby boom. That was Brent. Works at JetBrains. PHP Storm developer. He's absolutely awesome. And I think that was a very nice first live stream. I loved it. I enjoyed it. And now we are going to dive into the second guest of the live stream, okay? I don't know if you guys know, but there is this thing called the PHP Foundation, okay? The PHP Foundation is what is the backbone of the current PHP development. And if we go to the Who We Are page, we see a lot of people, okay? Sebastian, which is the creator of PHP Unit, Niels, which is the creator of packages, but you also see other people, including but also an executive director of the PHP Foundation. And we are going to have him today. So let's give him a call. And Roman, if you're listening, you are going to be live once you join the call, okay? So I'm going to call you and let's see how it goes. Bam, bam, boom. Oh no, it's down, like what the heck? It's gone? What do you mean it's gone? Black screen? What the heck? It's back, it's back. Okay, we back, chat. We back. Yo, 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 yo.
Hey, yo.
Oh my God.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. You're a little bit loud, but I'm going to fix that in a second. Here we go.
I can probably make myself quieter.
No, it's all good. It's all good, man. Welcome, man. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me just make sure the live stream is actually working as expected, because some people here say no sound, others say it's freezing. So let's give it a little bit of seconds to see how it goes. Chat, how is the YouTube stream? How is the Twitch stream? Let me know. Boo, 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 boo. Okay, on YouTube, we good. All good on YouTube.
Huh?
Let's see on Twitch. I'm sorry, Roman, for this amateur,
I don't see it, though.
amateur time here on streaming. Yeah, you're good. I can share my screen if you wanted to, because I have to do that. Well, so let's leverage this time to do that. Do you see my screen?
Nice. Yes, I can see it now, yeah.
Okay, let's go YouTube chat. YouTube for the win. Meanwhile, if you guys enjoying today's live stream about PHP 8.5, the best language in the entire planet, please go all the way down, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and chat. Today, we have the mighty Roman, the PHP executive director. He is an awesome guy. We have him already for one live stream. In case you don't know Roman, he is product lead at PHP Storm at JetBrains. He is also executive director at the PHP Foundation. He creates something called PHP Annotated. It's not called PHP Annotated, it is? Or how is it called the article you put out every single month?
It's called PHP Foundation Monthly, but honestly, yeah, the last one was in May. I've been struggling to put it up since then, but I plan to revive it, basically.
By the way, Roman, I'm pretty sure you don't have the microphone set up correctly. Can you check on Tuple if the microphone selected is the one that you are using, that you have in front of you?
Okay, yeah, give me a second.
Go ahead.
I'll do that. I think it is, yeah.
It is good?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Why though? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think I can. Yeah. My bad. Big gain on the mic. Yeah, people are saying that the mic. It's fine. Roman, its sound is a little bit low, high. Let me adjust that. Can you just do this, Roman? Yeah, can you speak a little bit, Roman, so I can adjust your sound?
1, 2. Hello, everyone.
Okay, should be a little bit better now, chat. should be a little bit better. Now sound good. All right, perfect. I'm also a big fan of Roman. Thank you so much for joining me, Roman. So he does the PHP monthly thing, which is absolutely awesome. But more importantly, he has been one of the key members, the key figures in the PHP world, connecting everyone together with the PHP Foundation. Roman, can you just share a little bit in the quick note how the PHP Foundation come up to be a thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So in 2021. Yeah, we had Nikita in PHP Storm team, and then Joe Watkins, who's also one of the PHP Foundation developers right now, he actually published a blog post back then that we have a problem in PHP world, and the problem is that the bus factor of PHP is 2, which means only 2 developers are paid to work on PHP. So back then I came to my manager back then, Alexei Gopichenko, who's like, if you think about it, he's like a great cardinal of PHP. He did so many things for PHP, but no one knows about him, actually. So yeah, but I pitched him idea about like starting the PHP Foundation. He supported it, and we started working on it. And and many people in the community joined it, and Taylor from Laravel supported it immediately. Many other people in the community supported it. So I've been leading it since then. But I don't know if you heard, but early next year, we'll step down from being executive director. We'll be looking for a new one. I'm excited about it as well.
I have to question you that. So I saw on Twitter or elsewhere, I don't know yet, that you are stepping down of the executive director position at PHP Foundation. Is that because it's just a schedule thing, or it's because you are just taking that move by yourself?
Well, there are multiple reasons for that. There are some personal reasons. There are a reason that I have more responsibility at JetBrains right now with PHP Storm, leading the PHP Storm team. But I think there's also that PHP Foundation, I did a lot of work to set it up and make the processes, run it, and everything. And now it's the PHP Foundation evolves, and the new person that we are looking for actually is supposed to be more about business, fundraising, and operations. And that's a little bit different from my profile, let's say. So I will still be on board. I will still run big projects. I hope so. Like the ones that we did this year, it was FrankenPHP, for example, bringing FrankenPHP to the core, to the PHP organization. That was actually that idea came up during Laracon. I don't know. It was Laracon EU, yeah. And I did an unconf talk there, and I was like, okay, but what if we bring FrankenPHP to like make it official? And then I talked to everyone. And then we decided, this is like such a great idea, and so far, I think it was really great.
FrankenPHP is one of the best projects that appeared on the PHP industry for a while. We are using it. I love it. I'm using it already, and I think it will just over time will absolutely replace PHP FPM, like in every single approach that PHP is served on. We love at Laravel. We love FrankenPHP. We are using it in various projects at the minute. But Roman, I wanted to ask you, so while discussing with Brent, we noticed that we love this new PHP 8.5 release, which is coming out today. We love the release. However, we noticed that some of those features, they were ready long time ago, meaning that you were ready like 8 months ago, 9 months ago. And we were thinking like, why don't we get these features incrementally instead of getting them every year? Do you see a reason why the schedule of PHP is just so tied to early releases instead of just being something that could potentially have these new features incrementally, like having a new PHP version coming out every 3 months, for example? Is there any particular reason for that, or you just think it's just historically have been like this? What do you think?
Yeah, so the reason it is what it is right now is historic, you might say, but it makes sense. So before PHP 8.3, I think the release cycle was unclear, or it was like chaotic. Do we release every year? Do we not release every year. So it was a little bit like ad hoc, let's say. When it's ready, we release it. And then there was an RFC actually to define the release process. So that RFC, like more than 10 years ago, I guess, defined the release process where we have one major release once a year, closer to the end of the year in November or December, and then a few minor releases along the way during the year. Whether it's a good idea to change that, I'm not entirely like, I don't know. I'm not sure. To be honest, I think that one of the problems, it depends on like when we bring in those incremental features. If it's like one problem that many people report is that there are many BC breaks coming, and it's already quite challenging for big projects to upgrade and keep up with latest PHP versions. Yeah, they want to get new features, but BC breaks. So I'm not sure. Like there should be some kind of balance.
It's more easier saying than actually doing it, especially with the very limited resources you guys have. And obviously, you know, something that does this year releases allow you to do is do release candidates and also beta releases and everything, so people can actually try the versions up front, which doing this every single minor would be super challenging in terms of time and people, so I feel you.
What I think would be nice is to have some kind of experimental features or experimental flag so that we can release some things that are not yet, where API is not yet defined and can be broken. This is something that Node.js does, for example. So what Node.js do is they have like every feature has a status. So first it adds as a like a pitch stage when it's just there's no like even RFC, it's just an idea. Then it passes to like a RFC stage, and then it passes to like experimental stage. It's released with Node.js. You can already try use it, but it might break. The API may be broken, or it may be removed at all in the next version. So that could be, and it makes sense because it's really way, you know, and then when people do weird stuff with PHP, and it's great, but it's very hard to understand all of that right away. The counter argument to this is that, okay, even if we release a certain feature under this experimental, try it anyway. So I still think it's a good idea to have this experimental flag. Then we could release, for example, some features like earlier, not spend like 2 or 3 years trying to come up with the ideal API and then release it and then understand that the API is not perfect. So
by the way, chat, let me know how the live stream is doing. For some reasons, Streamlabs today is super unstable, which is unfortunately because we have like literally 200 people watching this live stream at the minute. But it glitched. It's back again, apparently. Let me know how it is in the chat. People on Twitch move to YouTube. Apparently, it's a little bit more stable. So... you know, if you can move to YouTube. By the way, chat, if in case you just arrived, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer. I love what I do, and today we are all here to celebrate PHP 8.5. We had multiple guests already, Brent from the JetBrains team, but now we have the executive director of the PHP Foundation, which is the backbones of the PHP language. Now, we are going to have trivia today as well, and we are going to dive into the PHP source code. We are going to see the differences between PHP 8.5 and PHP 8.4, the actual C code that we have been shipped to PHP 8.5. That being said, chat, let me know how the live stream is at the minute. Write on the chat if we are chilling or if Twitch and YouTube cannot handle how good PHP is, and they are just, you know, putting the stream down because of that reason. Let me know how it is to stream right now at the minute, chat. Roman, at the minute, I want to ask you a few more questions. Do you have,
Sure.
obviously you just did the new PHP website, well, not website, release page, which does
Yep.
look absolutely awesome. And one of the questions we get from the live stream was, there is any plans at the minute to replicate this design or this style to other pages on the PHP documentation?
Quick question, quick answer is yes. A long answer is the following. So, PHP redesign has been asked like many times. It was one of the like things that people brought up all the time, along with generics probably. And then it was not moving anywhere. So we figured, what if we like do this small scope contest and see how it works? And if it works well, we can do the same for the whole website. And well, there were some, let's say, problems along this contest. There were some complaints, but I think we have some lessons learned. And overall, I'm very happy. I'm very satisfied with the result. I think it was kudos to Nuno, not you. I mean, kudos to you as well, but the other Nuno who actually was the
Nuno
author
Guerra,
of this design. Yeah, kudos to him. He received prizes from JetBrains, from Rector, and the team, the maintenance team of the website, Sergey, team, and others, they implemented it.
Nice.
And I think it looks awesome. So the next step would be figure out how we can actually scale it to the whole website. Yeah, I think it makes total sense. We see it can work. There are some things to fix, but I'm super happy with how it worked out. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I also think it's a great design. Yeah, now the next steps are literally just propagate this to the entire website. One of the questions that people have is that we do see that PHP 8.5 is being incrementally released. So we see the tag on GitHub then 2 days ago. We see this website being shipped, but if we go to the PHP website, it's still not here, PHP 8.5. Do you happen to know the exact time where PHP is officially released, but equally released on the Twitter, for example, as a post? It's today, hopefully, right?
Let's do two separate questions. So yeah, the release date is today, but usually it's released closer to the end of the day. And the way the reason it's done sort of incrementally is safety. So first it's tagged, then the tag is checked for like that everything works, that you can already like download, you can build everything. Because if, for example, something went wrong with tag, like imagine how many businesses relying on this can fail. So it's not like everyone updates the same day, but still there are like distributions and other third party that rely on this. So we need to make sure that everything works. Then the release page was merged today, and you can already access it by URL, but it will be propagated to the main page. Like if you open the main page, it still says 8.4. So it will be updated here. The pull request is already in the repository, so the pull request will be merged as soon as it's there's a green flag from release managers. So every release
managers got you. Okay.
Yes, release managers have every release of PHP has 2 or 3 release managers. It's usually 1 veteran release manager and 2 new people. So whenever there is a green light from them, then it's merged and they say, okay, now it's released. So we'll see actually official release moment is when there is an email on internals saying this is released. That's when it's released. Now, Twitter is absolutely different thing. So Twitter account right now is sort of abandoned, which is so unfortunate. I'm trying to... Yeah, if you can see like the last post there in 2024, I'm trying to fix this issue.
But what do you mean?
It's so unfortunate because it has
you just lost
100,000 followers.
Yeah, you just lost permissions to it, or what happened?
I will not like I don't want to like blame people for there are like specific issues like it's more like a people issue. So what I want to actually do is like there are opinions. Some people say PHP shouldn't be represented on Twitter, and that is because being there is kind of a statement political statement, which I absolutely disagree. My point of view is that we should be everywhere where PHP users are. And if it's Twitter, we should be there. It has nothing to do with statements. It's just making people aware of what's happening in PHP, aware of the releases, and that's it. So there's nothing about any political statements here. So that's on my to-do list to bring it back. Until then, there is a LinkedIn page that is run by me and by Kyle.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the question. I didn't know that was a sensitive topic. I honestly thought that the release would come here, actually.
No, I don't think so, no. So it will be on Mastodon, on Blue Sky, and LinkedIn. Those are like maintained accounts right now.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think PHP should be on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Mastodon, on Blue Sky, on YouTube. Like the entire space. Doesn't matter if you have 1% of or 90% of people there. You should just be everywhere.
Yes.
It costs zero money. You just have to fucking do a post. That's it.
Absolutely.
And I don't think, do you want to give my opinion on this? Yeah, I don't want to give my opinion on this. I think I'm going to keep it that way. So that being said, so we have some trivia, but I want to be mindful about your time because I told you that you were supposed to be here for 10, 20 minutes. Do you want to be part of this trivia? Basically, we have here just a bunch of questions, okay, where there is 3 answers on every single one of them, A, B, or C, and we just talk a little bit about them. Are you okay with staying with us with more 10, 20 minutes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What do you guys think, chat? Should we go for some trivia all together? That being said, you cannot use AI, chat, okay? Nobody can use AI or Google or whatever. Come on, keep it clean. Let's do it all together. Question number 1. Which year PHP was originally created? Okay, my opinion, maybe, let me know in the chat. A, B, or C, by the way, chat. Let me know in the chat. What do you think, Roman? Do you know for a fact?
I definitely know the answer, yes.
Okay, well, I don't know the answer. I think it's 93.
No.
No?
Or? No. Should I say the correct answer?
Well, people on the chat are split between B and A, where there is more B's than A's, though. So, what is the answer, Roman?
It's B. Yeah, it's definitely B.
What the? Well, I literally thought it was 93. Interesting.
No, it's 1995. Yeah, so this year we celebrated 30 years. So it's 1995.
Oh, exactly, because we had the 30 years release.
Yeah.
So it makes totally sense. 90. It's just crazy. PHP is around for 30 years. And just thinking that Rasmus developed this this language for his personal website, and now he's just...
It's absolutely amazing. So yesterday I had a coffee with my friend, and he was not a technical guy. And I was like, he was trying to understand what I'm doing. And I'm like, so there is this technology that was developed by and is maintained by just people for free. And then we created a non-profit to pay them. And he was like, yeah, but why do they do it for free? So yeah, it's amazing. Like,
well, open source is very weird thing to explain to people. They just don't get it.
Absolutely.
Like, why would you work for free? Like, why? It doesn't make any sense. But I guess, Second question from the trivia chat. Don't forget, type A, B, or C. How did PHP originally stand for? Okay, I think PHP originally meant one thing, and then they wanted to make it professional, so they kind of, swap the words. So because it is like originally here, I'm going to say this one. I'm going to say option A. What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely A. Yeah.
But it does mean that right now? Oh, it's not private. It's not this one for sure. And it's not this one for sure. Oh, yeah, option A.
No.
Option A.
I think,
Option A, yeah.
But I was thinking, how would you like, what would be your description right now? Like, what would you choose?
I think there is something on the internet that uses hypertext processor.
It's PHP hypertext preprocessor.
Exactly, So I thought it was like would be the actual acronym of PHP, but maybe because it is originally, that's why it's like they are just saying personal homepage.
But if you had to come up with a new one, what would you do?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think I would want to come up with a new one. There is this interesting. I know there is this interesting take on Twitch or YouTube that people are saying personal homepage tools. I think at some point it was this at some point, but it never actually came out as being this.
No, I think like during PHP 2 times, it was, I think it was called PHP Tools.
Exactly.
Something
Okay.
like that.
PHP tools. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. A lot of people came up with the correct answer, which is indeed the number A. Moving forward to the next one. So we have a couple of trivia here. Let's go here to... Oh my God, this is so obvious. Who created PHP? Everyone knows this, right? So I don't think we need to do this one. Ooh, this one is interesting, though.
Okay.
What company initially founded PHP 3 development, chat? And be mindful that we have here PHP 3 development. Okay. I think it's option number A. What do you think, Roman?
Yeah, it's definitely A.
What is the current state of Zend on the PHP language?
So they used to have Dmitry as a core developer, but they don't anymore. So they don't fund any core developers at the moment. They do some of their own things for PHP, but they on the other hand, they are still members of the PHP Foundation, so they sponsor the PHP Foundation, and they have Matthew on board of the PHP Foundation. Other than that, yeah, they don't sponsor any core developers.
By the way, huge props for Zen Framework. Okay, Zen Framework 1 was one of the original goats. I've used it for many years, and I kind of liked it. You know, I don't want to bash on Zen. I actually liked the framework. You know.
Yeah, me too. I think one of my first ever projects for PHP was Facebook application. It was like a Facebook game built on top of Zen Framework, Zen Framework 1. It was I really liked it back then.
Yeah, I think like I have been a user of many PHP frameworks, Zen Framework, CodeIgniter, E2. And I have nothing to say about them. Like, they were nice to use, you know. Well, obviously I came to Laravel and I never left for anything else. But you know, back then I remember, you know, looking at CodeIgniter, for example, and thinking like, this is actually cool to use, you know. I can do pagination, I have controllers, like it just works, you know.
My emotional attachment belongs to E framework. I've been using it for at least 3 years professionally.
Yeah.
Every day. Yeah, I really liked it.
So he too was also one of my personal favorites back in the days. But I just remember that community-wise, Symfony and Laravel, they were just way more active. And while E3 lost a little bit of momentum because of the delayed releases schedule. So, but yeah. Namespaces, chat. Which option do you think is correct? Which version introduced the namespaces? I know the answer. How about you, Roman?
Yeah, I was like, if there were no options, I wouldn't remember. But with the options, I think, I know the answer.
Okay, everyone is saying B. Interesting. Some A's as well. I know the answer for a fact. The answer is A.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I do know for a fact because this is the version that Laravel was built on. Okay.
Oh, really?
And for that reason, I remember Taylor mentioning multiple times that because of namespaces, Laravel was also possible in that way. So I do know for a fact that it's PHP 5.3.
What was your first version when you started?
Oh, great question. I think it
you?
was around this area, actually. PHP 5.3. You know, I still remember PHP 5.6 and then migrating to PHP 7, and that being a huge thing. You know, I remember PHP 7 was one of the most, you know, performance-wise, was like 30% increase in performance. I don't know exactly what they did within the core of the language, but I remember that being huge on production. You know, I would see instantly the request response times being like, poof.
Absolutely, yes.
You know, how about you? When did you start with PHP?
It was my first version was PHP 5.2. Yeah. So I remember a time without namespaces actually.
Oh, okay. That being said, ooh, this one is a good one. Which version introduced it just in time, aka JIT? Let me think about this. Well, I'm not sure about this one, but I think it's option. I know that it's option 7.4 or 7 or 8.0. What do you think, Roman?
I think it's 8.0 to be honest, but I don't remember. I don't remember this one.
I think it's 7.4 though, because, and I do
Yeah.
have the answers here with me, so we can check that
Okay.
in the second. By the way, chat, we have 130 people just on YouTube. This is absolutely awesome for this very special day. If you just arrived, please go all the way down and put like on this video. Today is PHP 8.5 release day, and we have very special people here with us, including the executive director of the PHP Foundation. This is a very important project that is the backbone of the PHP development. And at the minute, we are doing some trivia after diving into some of the favorite features of PHP 8.5 together with Brent. And after this trivia, we are going to see the actual code that was shipped in C to the PHP 8.5 version as part of the last part of a live stream. So GIT, I think it was PHP 7.4, Roman. But I'm going to check the answer. So this is 11. Let me check. It's B. You're right. Fuck. Okay, well. But I think like the actual code was shipped here. You know what I mean? But it was like optional, and it just became the default in PHP 8.0. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think it's enabled. Even now, it's not enabled by default. So
Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong. A lot of people said A and B, so people were a little bit mixed on this one. And Marcel dos Santos is saying that Dimitri introduced this version in PHP 8.0. So, and it got improved in PHP 8.4, apparently.
Yes, in 8.4 there was a completely new implementation, which is more stable now. Actually, in 8.5, the PHP Foundation developers maintain it, so it's much more stable now.
Okay.
You should definitely go try it and tell us how it works for you.
Oh, because it's still optional, correct?
Yes, it's still optional, so we are very curious if like how it works for you and what can be improved there.
Oh my God. This one, nobody knows. Well, at least I don't. Which super global cannot be disabled? Do you know this one?
Ooh.
I don't.
No,
I have no
don't.
idea. All right, chat. Each one of these super globals cannot be disabled. Option A, B, or C. I have literally no idea. I would say request.
So, but I'm like my logic is following. So, PHP can run in CLI mode, and there you don't need request.
That's a good point.
I think it's actually server. My yeah.
All
my
right.
guess would be server.
Everyone on the chat is saying option B, by the way, which is interesting.
okay.
So let's go all the way down and see the answer. So 13. Option B. Interesting.
Yes.
I didn't even know that we can disable super globals, by the way. This is
I didn't
totally
know.
new stuff for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, me too. I never.
We
did
always
that,
discovering stuff on PHP, dude. On the previous live stream we just dived into the black magic of PHP. Did you know that you can actually call bash scripts until PHP 8.5 that you can just execute like this?
Yes, but this is actually deprecated in
I
PHP
know.
8.5.
Why? Why are you deprecating this stuff? This is literally a great feature.
I don't know. You can use shell exec for the same thing. It's just.
But
I think
look at this. This is just so much more fun with the backtick thing.
I don't know. I mean, it's a little bit, I think, prone to mistakes. So I guess that's why it's.
Of what?
deprecated.
Like this is a backtick. Like literally, nobody types this unless you want to do something like this.
No, it's just, for example, you can like it looks like like string, right? And you can
That's a good point.
like you can by mistake you can use this instead of string, and then it can cause some problems.
Yeah,
That's,
I feel
think,
you.
Yeah.
I feel you. So there is this stuff going out, by the way. This is a this is a feature coming out, by the way, chat. All right, chat. There is one thing I want to discuss with Roman. The last time you were here on the live stream, we talked about DD. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
So, in case you don't know, chat, Laravel has this helper, call it DD, which is the equivalent of var dump and exit with some steroids. I'm going to tell you up front, Roman, I would kill to see this stuff on PHP 9. What can you give us about having DD on the core? Come on, you guys must have this discussion at some point. It's just,
I mean, let's just run RFC. Are you like, let's team up, you and me, and we create an RFC for this.
Oh, do you guys think, chat, should we do an RFC on this one, or shouldn't we do? What do you think about having DD on the core? I think it's just it's just obvious at some point. Well, there's two things that are obvious: DD on the core and multi-line short closures. For me, those are just a must-have on PHP future versions. Multi-line short closures is even more obvious than this one. People just want this. Just they will want to be able to just have multi-line short closures. It is a feature that exists on every single language that I know. I think Python, Ruby, Java, C#, and at the minute it doesn't exist on PHP. So I think it's just a must-have at the minute.
What would you say? Should it auto capture the variables here, or should you explicitly
it should behave exactly like one-line short closures, basically.
Okay.
So in my opinion, I have written RFC, 3 RFCs actually with Larry together, and our reasoning was if you type FN, you want to capture the outside scope. Period. Okay?
Yeah.
If you want to chain, the arrow thing means that you want to avoid the return thing.
Yeah.
That's it. So this would just work exactly as one-liner short closures, but it would just capture the outside scope. This, if we can have this in PHP 8.9 or 9.0, whatever, I would just die happy. That's it. I would just die happy at the minute. I would love this.
Okay, noted.
Let's do it. All right, one more trivia question before we let Roman go, who with his life. Let me see one very interesting one here. Oof. Oh my God.
Let's go.
What do we have here? Oh my God. One second.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, we have a lot of trivia here that is tricky examples, like this one, for example. Okay. What is the result of string 123 ABC equals, so non-string comparison, I repeat, to 123? What do you think is the result of this operation? So I always get confused. I'm going to be honest. I always get confused on these ones. I think the result would be the answer A, meaning that the first thing that happens here is that this string is converted to an integer, so it can be compared with this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's option A. Ooh, a lot of people saying exception, false, XYZ. So I guess we need to find by ourselves. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
Let's type here return. Let's type var dump, bam, bam, boom, and let's see how it goes. Oh, we have here. Oh, of course we have this. It is false.
False.
What the heck? Okay, why is it false though?
I think what if you swap them? Like you do the integer first.
I think what I said to you is the other way around, meaning that this one is converted to string.
Right.
So
I don't know.
I think that was it. So if we do this, it's false. But if we do the other way around, as you said, we get true. I think that's it. Let's see. No, it's still false.
No.
What the actual fuck? It's 2 equals. Yeah. Okay. I don't know PHP anymore. Well, that being said, never use double equals. Always use triple equals.
Yes.
Roman, thank you so much for coming. I wanted to ask you, do you want to give,
Thanks.
just a nice statement about this release today, about PHP 8.5, and about this special day? What do you want to say to the PHP audience that is listening to us today?
Folks, we all love PHP, and just as like Brent said earlier today, that's the language we want to use and continue using. So I'm very happy that we today have the release day, and go try PHP 8.5. Give your appreciation to all the contributors, everyone behind the PHP release, and give your feedback. Let's make the next release better. Let's make the community better. And thank you, Nuno, for having me. Thanks, everyone, for joining the stream. And I'll see you online.
That was such a nice statement, Roman. Thank you so much for coming today. Everyone clapping for Roman. And thank you so much, Roman, for coming. Dude, I appreciate you coming. And I hope you see you next time, all right? Thank you. Roman from the PHP Foundation. It was so nice to have. So that was. I'm gonna make a 30 seconds pause, okay, and then the next time, the next thing we are going to do all together is dive into the PHP source code, okay. So I'm gonna open this compare tag right here, and this literally will tell us what exactly are the changes between PHP 8.4 and PHP 8.5. We are going to dive into more than 5,000 changes on actual C code to see if we can understand anything here. That being said, give me 30 seconds. I will be back in the issue. I'll be back in a second. I know, man, the stream is just fucking horrible. So I'm going to just type here 1 minute pause and back with some C PHP source code. Okay? Catch you in a bit. Bam, bam, boom. We back for the final part of the live stream. Chat, I literally don't know what's happening with the live stream today. I have a feeling that because I'm streaming on TikTok too, that is somehow impacting Streamlabs, okay? That's the only reason I can think of why the live stream is a little bit laggy today. Apparently no sound now on Twitch. It's just so confusing. Anyways, people on Twitch, move to YouTube ASAP. Go YouTube if you can. Let me know on YouTube if everything looks okay at the minute. What's up, people on TikTok? Thank you so much for joining me today. Kick, what's up, everyone in X as well. We are going to dive into, some sort of C code at the minute, okay? We just need to understand how things are on YouTube, and hopefully they are good. Boo, boo, boo. I have literally no idea what's happening. It just went down. It's just crazy. When you close the call, the stream goes down. What do you mean when you close the call? Oh, because of tuple. Interesting. It might be that. It might just be tuple. I don't know. It might just be tuple that impacts, because when I call Roman, that made the stream go a little bit down. Okay? That made the stream go a little bit down. People on YouTube, go all the way down, put like on this video, and let's dive into some C code. Okay? So what I've done here is that I have compared the PHP 8.5 release with a PHP 8.4.15, which is the latest release, okay? Not good again. Okay, I'm gonna just kill myself. What the fuck is happening? Oh, now is good again. There is a huge difference between not and now, okay? Okay, seems to be good now. It's good now on YouTube, which is pretty cool. Yeah, tuple, well, I closed tuple, so we should be good now, okay? Why not using Riversides? Well, multiple reasons. I want to share my screen. I want to have the guest watching exactly what I'm watching. I want to have the camera guest around. Typically tuple works, by the way, okay? Typically tuple just works. Please go with more PHP questions after this, maybe, if we find time. I want to kind of dive a little bit into the C code to see how it goes, okay? So one of the things I have noticed is that within Circle CI, which is the thing that compiles PHP down into the actual binary that gets executed by us, we no longer have opcache as an option. So the reason of this is because opcache is now part of the core itself, and it's just enabled for everyone by default. Okay, that's something I have noticed immediately. After that, we're going to dive into actual C code, which I understand very little of it, okay? Let's go all the way down a little bit. There's a lot of changes. My Safari is literally broken at the minute. Let's go all the way down. Boom. If you haven't seen any PHP code yet in your life, at least the source one, this is how it looks if my Safari can load. Oh my God, it is so slow. Here we go. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, this is still CI configuration. Let's go all the way down. This is literally so slow. Oh, here we go. Almost there, I guess. And we are there. This is literally how C code looks like on PHP source code. I know very little about this. I don't understand any of this, if I'm honest with you. I don't know if any of you have developed any source code of PHP, but this is how confusing it looks like, okay? There is a lot of references to Zend. As a reminder, PHP, or a lot of the PHP work done on PHP 3 area were powered or done by Zend developers. Okay, for that reason, we see references of Zend. For the same reason, when we go to some Apple code or Swift or this kind of Apple-related languages, we see a lot of Next, because back in the days, a lot of the Apple code was powered by Next Tab computers. Okay, last time we did see was 20 years ago. I feel you, man. I feel you. Zen Engine for the win. So we see a lot of that. It's kind of not understandable. For that reason, it was so hard to find PHP developers who are able to work on the core, because this is just difficult to understand. Plus, when you introduce stuff like opcache within the core itself, it just makes it even more complicated for people like me and you to jump on. Okay? I have done once a pull request to the PHP source code, and I barely was able to understand why it was working as expected, okay? So this is how it looks like. Thank you so much, iMacPT, for the subscription on Prime for 6 months, dude. You are absolutely awesome for supporting my work on the PHP land. I appreciate, man. I appreciate. Thank you. Oh my God. What do I know about C? I know that this is literally creating a pointer. If conditions are kind of similar to PHP, if I'm honest with you. This is how you access structs, for example. This is a struct called array. Whoa. Inso just became a member on YouTube for 11 months. I appreciate your support. You're absolutely awesome. But please fix the sound. I have literally no idea how to fix the sound on Twitch. So you kind of have to switch for YouTube, okay? Go to YouTube ASAP. Oh my God, I was with the hopes that we were able to understand any of this, but let's be honest, this is unreadable at the minute. Zen Engine by Men and Pop is saying the following: Zen Engine is in the core of PHP since PHP 4. I think it's PHP 3, dude. I think it's PHP 3 is when Zen Engine actually jumped into the help of the PHP core. Okay. Oh my God. If I were to describe how spaghetti code looks like, this is how I would describe it. Jesus Christ, it's very difficult to grasp anything about this. We see some global functions like this one, for example, zen ash clean, which takes something by reference, and I assume will just clean whatever is being provided by reference. It is insane. I know very little about this. Let me know in the comments below if any of you can understand any of this. I don't, which is kind of a downer for me. I thought I was able to just, kind of fill you on what we have here, which I'm not. I'm not. I just don't understand what's here, what's happening here. Okay, chat, we have 10 more minutes. Do you guys want some more trivia, or should we dive into some section on this C code that is understandable? What do you guys think? Okay, so Beanie Keating saying the following: the Zen Engine appeared in 1999. And it was on PHP 4. Bruno is saying the following: I really hope that PHP advances with fluent API like Laravel. It's so confusing for beginners to have functions without clear pattern, like and, previous, or Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Well, now we have a little bit more clear functions with array first and everything. You know what I mean? Chris, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to live stream. Apparently, sound is also back on Twitch. So welcome back, Twitchers. Let's dive into some more trivia because I cannot understand shit about the code of PHP source code, which is something I was hoping for to understand. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's dive into. Ooh, what is this? What is this? Oh my God. All right. I think this one is just so obvious, but I kind of want to know the answer of the chat. Which was the first elephant plushy color? I don't know what is plushy, but if I had to guess, I would say blue. A, B, or C, chat. What do you guys think? What is elephant plushy? Plushy. I'm gonna. Can I Google it? I think I can. Oh, it is blue. It is blue. Surely A. Yeah. I'm back. Here we go. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. That's a A. Easy A, right? Think first. What's up, dude? Nice to see you here. Okay, this one is easy. Oh, this one is funny. Okay, chat. For those of you who are experts on PHP, what does 3 plus 10 puppies evaluate to? Option A, 13. Option B, 3. Option C, fatal error. I don't think this will evaluate to fatal error for sure, but let me know on the comments below, A, B, or C. I think the obvious one, well, I think it is an obvious answers here, but let me know what you guys think. I think it's just 3. I don't know, man. Maybe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is 13 too, chat. I'm also pretty sure it is 13. Exactly. We can just try it real quick. But I'm also pretty sure it is 13. Because the general rule is that when there is coercion, basically like the second type will be first evaluated to the first type, meaning that this will be converted to an integer. And 10 puppies is an integer, is just 10, meaning 13. But let's see how it goes if we run this code. 13. We still get a warning though. Okay, this is new. We still get a warning, which is kind of a surprise for me. Strict types on or off? That's a good question. Apparently are on. What happens if I disable them though? Well, apparently there is no difference. So strict types make no difference on this one. Binary Kitten is saying that this is a warning since PHP 8.2. I never do this. Well, we don't do this either. I can trust me on this one. Okay, trust me on this one. By the way, chat, my brother is actively working on my Clips channel. If you guys want to see nice conversations with Taylor Otwell, with Avenue, with many other influential folks, go to my Clips channel and subscribe it if you like this kind of content. Okay? Okay. Oh my God, this one is sexy. What do you guys think about this one? Is true or false? What is the actual answer on this one? What is the result of an empty array equal true false? Oh my God. Let's do it this way. Yeah. What is the result of empty array equal true false? It is true, it is false, or not. Let's just do like this. Boom, boom, boom. It is true. Oh my God. I hope it's not true, by the way. That's true? Ha ha ha. Honestly, how do you guys know this? Like, why do you guys know this? Well, that's the main question. Like, why all of you know the answer of this stuff? Like, why would you know the answer of this stuff? I hope you guys are not doing stuff like this. Because honestly, you know what I mean? It is true indeed, like why this is true. It's just unbelievable crazy though. Honestly. First time chat, Ferdi Cam. What's up, dude? Nice to see you. My name is Nuno, PHP and Laravel developer, celebrating the PHP 8.5 release day. If you guys enjoying today's live stream, go all the way down, subscribe to the channel, like the video, XYZ, do all that stuff, okay? Bam, bam, boom. An empty function T, for example, evaluate this. What do you mean? First time Valency, welcome to the live stream, dude. Nice to see you. We very smart. Well, yeah, that's a good way of putting things. Oh my God. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Let's go for this one, chat. What does string position ABC, where the needle is A, return? So I think, if I'm not mistaken, chat, the result of this expression will be 0 because A is the first element of this string. But let me know what you think. For me, this is like option A, but let me know what you guys think. A lot of people saying A, which is expected. I think it's A. This is an easy one, I think. Option A, option A. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes, chat. Bam, bam, boom. Var dump, string position, ABC, A equals to 0. Expected. This is literally tells you, you know, where is the given. If I were to just do N, for example, this will return false, I think. Here we go. Yeah. Not the best, you know, the more clean function, but you kind of like it. Oof, this one is very difficult. Which year did Composer launch? So Composer V1, when did it come out? 2019, 2012, or 2015? I don't think it's 2015 because I do remember using PHP Composer back then. I would be confusing between these two, though. If I had to guess, I would say 2019. What do you guys think? Option A. Option B, no idea. Okay. Well, oh my God. Is option B. Okay, well, I had no idea. So people prior to 2012, this is something that just mind-blowing for me, okay? Is mind-blowing for me that people before this, they were copy-pasting dependencies. They were downloading the zip file and just dragging that zip file to a system folder or a vendor folder, which just blows my mind. How people were using Composer back in the days, okay? It just blows my mind, honestly, okay? All right, one last question of trivia before we close the stream off. Oh, my God. Chat, I literally asked ChatGPT to generate 30 questions of trivia, and guess what was one of the questions that it did generate? That's interesting. Honestly, ChatGPT knowing my name, that's interesting. I don't know what this is, though. I don't know what this is. I know what this is, and I obviously know what this is. I don't know what this is, though. What is this? Oh, obviously not this, but... Oh, it's a PHP testing framework. What the fuck? It is literally like past PHP. Are you guys serious right now? I may have to explore this shit. Chat, I apologize by the stream being so flaky today. I have no idea why this is happening. The only thing I can think of is just TikTok, basically. You know? So I apologize, okay? Chat, as a reminder, today we are all here to celebrate the PHP 8.5 release day, okay? AI is absolutely crazy, indeed. Indeed. Is the stream back, chat? Let me know in the comments below if the stream is okay at the minute. Hope it is okay. Write down the comments on the YouTube channel so we can be sure about that, okay? Just here to say that the PHP 8.5 release page is online. Yeah, we are familiar with that. We checked it already, and we do know that the page is online. Chat, I want to kind of give a final note on the PHP release day. Again, I am glad. Let me just open here the page itself. I think is this one. Nope. Not this one, of course. Oh my God. Here we go. php.net. Do we have a release? Yeah, we do. Here we go. Here we go. It's okay. Okay, I want to give a final note on the PHP release day and kind of, just be grateful by what these people are doing because of PHP. I think in the PHP community, we have a huge friendship, meaning that all my friends, they do PHP. All of my best friends, if I'm honest, they do PHP, they do Laravel. And if any of you feels that they don't belong to a community at the minute, just be mindful that is a lot of people like you that love PHP, they love Laravel, they love development, they love talking about geek stuff, they love trivia, they love, they love debate about PHP all the time, okay? And they want you to talk with them too. There is a lot of people who are around on this chat at the minute, or you're on Twitter, or on my own Discord, by the way, that they want you to just reach them out, and they want you to become your friends. So if any of you, it's feeling a little bit lonely at the minute, or it's just feeling that they don't belong yet to a community, be mindful that a lot of people want you to reach them, okay? They are just as shy as you, basically, okay? So on my Discord, we have a lot of people there that I talk every single day, but only on, even on Twitter. There's a lot of people who just do PHP for a living, and they are waiting for you to tell them a hi and hello, okay? PHP 8.5 will be released today. This marks a significant milestone for the language with new features like pipe operator and more. I love PHP, I love what the PHP Foundation is doing, and I love what we are personally doing at Laravel. We expect to have Laravel in the next 10, 20, 30 years to be the best framework as it can. We are trying to be as good as many other frameworks on other ecosystems, if not even better, okay? I love PHP, I love you all. And that being said, this marks the end of today's live stream. Let's rate someone as usual on Twitch, even though Twitch was a little bit laggy today. So I don't know how many people do we have there at the minute. Not a lot, which is kind of expected, but it's still rate someone as usual. That was an awesome live stream. I loved it to be here with you all. Who we have doing any kind of code today? It's very early to do live stream. I don't think I will rate anyone at the minute. Yeah, no necessary. Epic live stream. Thank you so much, chat. Enjoy today's live stream. Share your thoughts about Twitter, about PHP 8.5 on Twitter. Be mindful that I have many socials that are waiting for your subscription, including my new YouTube channel about clips. Be sure to subscribe to that. We also have my own main channel, of course, which you can subscribe as well. I'm equally on Instagram, TikTok, all that cool socials, which all the kids are using. If you have a TikTok page, be sure to subscribe me there as well. Instagram, where I share pictures about the gym and all that stuff. If you are there already, go check it out. Thank you so much for saying thanks to the live stream today. I hope everyone had a lot of fun. Catch you guys next time, and peace out. Boo!